What's up guys, and welcome to another track guide. This week we are at the new and improved version of Hockenheimring, and you will be very pleased to know that the changes made to the track are all very positive from what I've seen so far. The previous version was very flat and very bland, but all of that has been fixed according to the real life version of the track. We are now facing elevation changes that weren't there before, and subtle textures on the tarmac that communicate very pleasantly through the wheel, making you feel like you are actually speeding on tarmac instead of just floating on carpet. Taking those changes into consideration, I've made a series of improvements to the setup compared to my previous one, and you can get access to that in my Discord community together with the telemetry files and ghost car from the exact lap you're going to watch in this video. The feedbacks from recent setups have been outstanding, and I have gotten proof of people improving their lap times by over 1.5 seconds with my setup compared to the stock Kuno's one provided with the car. Also, our one-on-one coaching sessions have been a great success recently, and I couldn't ever imagine I would have this many sessions scheduled each week. So thank you so much for trusting my work. If you don't want to get left behind by your competition and break new grounds regarding to your driving, consider scheduling a session of your own through my Discord. Now let's get into the track guide. Coming into the first corner, it's not nearly as big of a challenge as it was in the previous version, since the curbs are much smaller and you can attack them very aggressively. Start turning in just before the 50 board and immediately downshift into 4th gear. Get on power after you get the desired rotation and keep it flat all the way through. Aim to go over the inside curb with your left wheels to maintain as much speed as possible and avoid an invalidation. Let the car run wide on exit and avoid scrubbing the front tires with excessive steering input. Into the second corner, start braking where the outside curb starts and take this corner in 3rd gear, carrying your trail braking the entire turn-in phase. Keep the car very stable to prepare yourself for the best exit possible into the next huge straight. Run very close to this curb to shorten travel distance, but don't go over it. If you run this entire corner over the curb, it's gonna rob you upwards of 0.2 of a second throughout the entire straight. Into the hairpin, start braking about 2 cars lengths before the 100 board and stay off the curb. If you brake over the curb, it will massively hinder your braking performance. Start turning in as the yellow part of the guardrail hides itself behind the A-pillar of the car and let the car coast through the rest of the corner. Once you're about 3/4 of the way through the turn, look for the most amount of traction possible and go hard on throttle as soon as you can. Into Mercedes corner, start braking at the tarmac strip on the outside and aim to keep the car very stable for a good exit. It is possible to take the inside curb here, but you should avoid it since it's gonna upset the balance of the car. Stay away from this curb on the outside because it will also rob you of lap time. Stay in 4th gear and turn in where the outside wall comes at you the most and lift off the throttle before the yellow line. Add around 50% throttle when going over the inside curb, and go full power once you can clearly see the exit of the corner. For Sachs corner, start braking a car length after the 50 board and quickly go down into third gear. Start coasting once you get to the AstroTurf on the inside, and get back on power once you're about halfway across the turn, looking to use all available track on exit. In this version of Hockenheim, it is possible to use the AstroTurf since it's not gonna give you a slowdown anymore. But make sure you keep your left side tires over the tarmac, otherwise you're gonna trigger real penalty and invalidate your lap. For the last series of corners, aim to the outside curb and run alongside it to set yourself up for the entry. About halfway through the length of the outside curb, downshift into third gear and lift off the throttle while aiming for the inside curb. Once you reach the apex, start adding power to build momentum and exit this turn all the way up to the sausage curb to maximize entry space for the last part of the corner. Start turning in once the sausage curb on the outside ends and upshift into fourth gear. It's very important to go through this turn with very gentle steering inputs because the car is very much on the edge of grip. So that was a lap around the new Hockenheimring with the Mazda MX-5, and I hope this track guide was helpful to your week of racing in low-fuel motorsports. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the Hotlap at the end of the video.